let's just jump right into it and talk the basic fundamentals of pitching.
Well, yeah, just like a golf swing, I want it to be as simple as possible. I think a player shouldn't be trying too many things. The first objective is get on the green. Start putting. Around here, players get a little anxious, so let's get onto the green first. Anytime I'm pitching the ball, chipping the ball, the first thing I'm trying to do is get the leading edge of the club underneath the radius of the golf ball. So pretty simple. I could show you. That's how you can start to control height, the trajectory, and the distance. So here's the leading edge. I'm trying to get it under there. So now I can use the bounce of the golf club and have a consistent hit and strike on the pitch.
Bounce is something that people just don't understand. We throw that term around a lot. What's your definition of bounce?
Well, it's basically how much kind of a pitch off of the front to the back of the sole of the golf club. And I want to be perfectly clear. Bounce is your friend. This is my 58, and this has 17 degrees of bounce on it. So whenever I'm around here, I just try to get a feel for the turf and then get the ball just up in the air in a consistent fashion onto the green. And as much as anything, I've always tried to get the ball rolling. Unless you're in a situation where you have to get up in the air and you're thinking about stopping it quickly, just like a putt, get the ball rolling as quickly as you can, because it's a lot easier to consistently control the distance of your strike and how far the ball goes out as opposed to flying it.
Let's talk basic setup for hitting a pretty simple pitch like this. Walk me through your thought process.
Well, I'm on an upslope, so it's probably gonna come off a touch higher. So I'm trying to figure out where the ball's gonna land and how much it's gonna roll out. And you do that basically kind of with, you know, if I hit it this high off the ground, it's gonna roll more than if I hit it this high off the ground, you know? And so I'm trying to figure out what height I'm gonna hit and then get that additional rollout to get up next to the hole.
How would someone at home try and hit a shot on that trajectory?
The ball tends to, for me, especially on a pitch like this, it's going to be back of center to maybe a little bit more towards your back foot, and really, I'm in some ways almost getting, not soling the club quite flat. I'm almost getting it up on the toe, and so it's just simple, just something like that, and now that's rolling out. And if you choose to kind of release it a little bit quicker, a little bit higher, it's going to come off a touch more in the air.
Because you're adding loft to it quicker.
Correct, and that's where I want the player at home to understand that you can hit this shot with a lot of different golf clubs on the different trajectories, and you got to figure out what you're most comfortable with, because consistency and saving shots around the green is about not making the mistakes, not bellying this across the green, getting up there and giving yourself a chance to putt and make the putt for par, make the putt for bogey, and save those shots.
Now, you mentioned you carry 2 wedges. That's a 58. You said you also carry a 52?
53. It moves around a little bit from 53 to 54, but basically 53.
Would you show us a couple with that so we can maybe see the difference in the trajectory?
This is a 53. This one has about 18 degrees of bounce. Typically, it's going to, because of the loft, is going to come out a little bit lower, but it's going to be the same type motion. With this one, you're going to have to get it closer to the edge of the green to get it to run more, because that's what's going to happen. But you can still open it up if you had to and get a little more height and get under it. But the same type of thing, I'm just still trying to get it here and get the club underneath the golf ball. And it's hard to do that when you're pulling. This is, we're off the green a little bit. Now, if we're up on next to the green, you're hitting a little bump and run, you might have more of a kind of putting stroke motion. But here, you're having to release the golf club at some point to hit this shot. So the softer you can get your hands and the more you can get your hands just kind of working underneath each other, you're going to figure out that it's easy at that point to get the leading edge under and then feel the back of the ball.